welcome back to the B stream. Me and Snods are now back in position for the last best of 3 here of the group stages that is going to be going on, and it's an explosive one. We're in for a treat.
It is, Jack. Obviously, the winners match up here. The winner in this best of 3 goes straight into the semi-finals and joins Astralis with that spot.
Yeah, that's true, and that is obviously going to be FaZe going up against Fnatic. For FaZe, a team that's had a fairly easy run, obviously looking comfortable in their first matchup, the best of 1 versus Order. Everyone expected Order to be obliterated.
Yeah, I mean, what? 16-3 at Mirage, I believe it was, obviously, for Order coming into this tournament. You know, are they going to be expecting to challenge these Tier 1 teams straight away? Obviously, they're not going to be anticipating that sort of a success early on. Came in more for the experience, and they received it, you know. Best of 1, quickly taken care of by Nico and co. 16-3, and obviously that led into the best of 3s versus North, where, you know, dismantled them 2-0. So far for FaZe, hot form.
Yeah, FaZe have been looking good, but will their opponents have anything to say about that? Obviously, when you look at this one on paper, the heavy favourites are going to be FaZe, but Fnatic, they've always got potential for a little bit of leeway, a bit of upset potential. They've looked like they've definitely shown some kind of momentum coming into the tournament, even though they walked into the studio about an hour before the game, they sat down, started ripping off heads, and it's been consistent since then, but this is going to be so hard for them. A best of 3 versus FaZe is by no means an easy feat.
It's definitely true, Jack. Obviously, for Fnatic, career lows from StarLadder as they went 0-3, exited the group stages, came into this tournament. As you said, you know, an hour before the match actually started, they won their initial best of 1, came into the best of 3 versus G2, took that victory as well. And for G2, you know, a team that's usually so strong in these group stages, you know, the narrative there is they always had those best of 1 victories or the best of 3s victories in the Swiss system. They make it towards top 8, but they always exit in the quarterfinals. But this time, obviously, this time around, they didn't even make it that far. And Nico as well, rocking the Rolex, Jack. Look at that.
He loves it, mate.
Loves
That's
it.
what it's all about. That's how he gets them flicks. The movement's down. It's backed up by it.
It's on the hand to use the keyboard, but still. Yeah, I mean, back to the point as well, right? For G2, usually make it to the quarterfinals. This time, obviously, not making it to the Spodek Arena. And, you know, in terms of how do we gauge Fnatic's performance, it's hard to tell. Coming into this one versus FaZe, a team that is so hot right now, potentially the maps could be favouring Fnatic. Obviously, Inferno is going to be across the map pool. Cash, maybe. But even then, things look dicey.
Well, let's have a look at the vetoes. The bans will be coming through live on your screens. There is the first ban. It's going to be Fnatic as they remove Nuke from the pool.
Yeah, FaZe, or so should I say Fnatic, going to be going nowhere near Nuke. Obviously, even the past ones as well, it seems like that core doesn't really want to go anywhere near that map. Cobble ban as well. Karraker, known for that. As is FaZe banning Cobblestone, so maybe Inferno pick here for Fnatic. Even then, do you go for a cash pick versus FaZe? Okay, so it is going to be the Inferno pick coming out from the Swedes. Obviously, Olof Meister's former team. There's a bit of history and storyline there to go into that matchup, but that also means, Jack, that because Inferno is the first map, FaZe get to pick the side. This is very good for FaZe so far. Think of it this way, right? Inferno, a map pool or a map that is shared between both map pools. You're now going to get to choose the side because Fnatic chose the map. They can start CT side, and FaZe's CT side is Stellar going into Cash. Then obviously Fnatic get to pick the sides. You can see they pick CT side, Jack, and obviously we know T side Cash for FaZe or in general isn't really that one-sided, so it's a much more equal map. And then obviously going to Overpass being the ban from Fnatic. Train could be here. Actually, no, FaZe going to be banning out Train versus Fnatic. Okay, understandable. And that leaves us with Mirage. And Jack, these maps aren't looking too good here for Fnatic, in my opinion. I think FaZe take this one convincingly.
You think this is going to potentially just be the 2-0 straight out?
I think it's maybe Inferno can go in the favour of Fnatic, but I still see Cash, Mirage going in favour of FaZe.
I think I'd have to agree with you. Off the back of that, obviously, for FaZe on the CT side, Inferno, if they come in hot off the presses and are just looking warm like we've seen consistently, then being able to do so much damage, you get an early lead there, you're going to be able to really soak up those rounds, start to lock it down. Coming into Cash as well. It's a map where they can just run away with things. They can set the tempo. On that T side especially, Snods, they're going to be feeling pretty confident with themselves in being able to just go in and create some openers with those AKs, just really decimate and dominate, and see if they can take this in a 2-0 fashion to decide where they'll be going through.
Yeah, I mean, this is an interesting matchup as well. I mean, for FaZe, coming into this one, if they make it to top 4, obviously joining Astralis, we know that for Astralis, those semi-finals hasn't really been the most, historic place where they find the success. I think actually for these teams, going into the stage, going into the big arena of the Spodek, actually having the quarter-final place, getting that best of 3 on stage, getting rid of the rust that you may have, then going into the semi-finals, seems like teams always seem to have an advantage, not an advantage, but an inherent advantage when you do play the first best of 3, then go into the semi-finals because you've already played that matchup on the stage, you're comfortable, and your team is ready. But what about you, Jack? You asked for my prediction. How do you see this one eventually panning out?
I think overall this will be a 2-0 for FaZe. I think Fnatic might be able to get some momentum going, but I don't think just with the map pool the way it has been decided, they're actually going to be able to close this out or really even get a map there out of it, because it just looks like it's too stacked in the favour of FaZe, really. Fnatic, they've been looking fairly effective this LAN so far, actually, looking deadly, but obviously their games haven't been that big in terms of a benchmark. We need to see them now show up against FaZe. We can use this more of a read to see how they're actually going to perform here in a very, very fierce best of 3, because this is not going to be easy for them. They're going to have to really step up to the mark. It all needs to be absolutely flawless if there's any chance of an upset versus FaZe. And obviously for either of these teams, there is no doom and gloom that comes back from this. If you do find success and take the win in the best of 3, you will be progressing to the semi-finals. If you lose this, you'll be going through to the quarterfinals.
Yeah, so both these teams have secured a spot into playoffs, as you said. Interesting as well. Looking back at Fnatic's last best of 3, which they played earlier, or yesterday, should I say, Cash was the only map that G2 won in the best of 3. It was a 2-1 series. 16-7 for G2. So obviously that makes sense here for FaZe to go for that pick. They allow Inferno to go through. They know that it's going to be in the map pick and the map veto. Neek having some fun there with Guardian. Arguing over who's going to be AWPing, maybe CT side Inferno. Karrigan as well. Setting up. So we are waiting for the players to get ready before the match does go live. We're not just here talking and rumbling away for no reason. There is method behind the madness as we wait for both teams to get situated and ready for the best of 3. Obviously, there's a lot on the line here, Jack. You know, coming top 4 compared to coming top 8 is a major discrepancy.
Yeah, obviously the position you're put in there, well, you're already that much closer, being in the semi-finals, just already in that top 4, ready to try and get that best of 3 win, be able to push yourself through, get that spot in the grand final, and try and play it out from there. It's going to be a huge different makeup. It just depends if FaZe can actually lock it down, get their spot, as they are going to be the favourites when we do delve into this one. Obviously, either of these sides getting ready before we continue through. And for FaZe as well, in terms of the Grand Slam standings, Nods, obviously for them, they've got 1 win under their belt now.
New York, wasn't it? Yeah. So won New York.
So they're going to be that much closer to actually being able to try and get another win. They're going to be in the semi-final if they do find success in the best of 3. That's the difference maker. If they are able to then find success here, 2 Grand Slam wins, you're on par with SK, and you're in a position to actually try and continue that. And they've got longer to play with as well, because obviously it's that 10-event reset. They'll be trying to keep going for a little bit longer and try and net it in the bag.
Yeah, I mean, SK's one is starting to get rather close, isn't it? Obviously, Cologne was the first one they won versus Cloud9. If you remember Cold Zero, that crazy 1 versus 3 of the season, I remember watching that matchup on Cobblestone. That was nearly a year ago, Jack. My goodness, last July. And then obviously there are, including this event, obviously SK is still in it after having the best of 3 victory earlier. Yeah, 5 more events to work with. So far on the time frame, the time scale, it's only been halfway for SK. And as you said, FaZe's victory in the Grand Slam was the ESL 1 New York. So they do have a longer or extended period to try and get their 4 victories and try and claim that $1 million prize victory. Obviously, the next one being DreamHack Marseille in France, southern France. As who knows, maybe under those conditions, they play better.
Very possible. Obviously, for right now, both these teams still getting prepared before we do kick this one off and jump underway. Our first map is going to be the Inferno pick, and obviously we have FaZe that will be starting off on the more easy side there. The CT side, if they can play that to their full potential, it really could be a bit of a bloodbath on the early game. So for Fnatic's T side, what do you think we're going to see coming out here? How does this one going to go, obviously, in terms of a shape-up and a scoreline? What's your overall predictions for this first map?
I actually think it's the opposite, Jack. I think it's the Lekro-Crims duo on this A-bomb side. That's the thing that was when we cast him a Pro League and also the beginning of this tournament as well. The way that Lekro plays that pit position in cohesion as well with Crims, they always set up the great crossfires towards quad. It's very hard for the T sides to go for those, set plays where you take banana control, you take apps control, you then go towards mid, you take mid control, and if your mid-round call is to eventually come in and burst towards the A-bomb site, it seems like Crims is very good at angling his positions, In terms of aim, is he the best aimer on this team? No, but in terms of positioning, the smart, intelligent duels he takes as well, the way he plays with his teammate Lekro towards pit, they always have the best possible crossfires. And it feels like to me, every single time I watch a T-side team playing versus Fnatic on that A side, it seems like such an uphill struggle.
Well, We'll be delving into the action very shortly now as either of these teams are ready to get underway here on our first map on Inferno. As we'll kick it off, it should be a bit of an explosive one. Obviously, interesting map for the first pick, Inferno, for either of these teams. It will bode well to see how it develops through. You're expecting good things from Fnatic then potentially on that CT side if they can live up to the hype that we've seen in the past.
Yeah, I think it's the CT sides from both teams in this regard. Obviously, FaZe's CT side in Inferno is extremely hard to crack, extremely hard to break. Range towards quad, very good at gaining information. You know, he doesn't overface. You know, when you are the AWPer on the T side versus a team like FaZe, right? You're peeking towards Banana, you're holding for Guardian, or if someone oversteps towards that mark, we saw actually Guardian go for some overfaces versus Mertz at Banana in their best of 3 yesterday. But yeah, I mean, you clear Arch, you clear Quad, and Rain isn't a player that's going to overface and go overzealous. He'll jiggle peek towards Boiler. He then has his player towards Arch, you know, usually a Guardian holding the actual mid angle with the AWP, therefore he doesn't have to overextend. Jiggle peeks the Boiler angle, falls back, and goes into those great positions. So it's quite a tough scenario and quite a tough struggle for these teams.
Well, let's get ready to ramble, Snods. We're into the action phase over on the CT side. Fnatic going to be your tease in this one as we kick it off into the first round here on Inferno.
Rain gets spotted out there. 2 players towards apartments as well coming in for Fnatic. It's going to be Electro and Crims. Bomb still towards T-stairs as they hold for the push, potentially coming out from Nico. Oh, as he connects the dots. First frag found as the bomb is dropped, and that's going to mean, you know, the rotation now from Karrigan was towards Arch. The bomb spotted towards the bottom of Banana, but now they make their way towards the A-bomb site.
Yeah, it's a nice little opener. Crisp as well. Nico knows that he doesn't need to overextend. You get the initial frag, just fall back, play the defensive angles. Already Fnatic have 4 members alive, so they're dwindling down. Early tag comes through as they get the read towards close mid. It is going to be a quad burst. They just try and use the aggression against the CT side defense. Crims takes down Rain. Crims is actually the difference maker here. He's the one finding the headshots as he's pistol whipping him with the Glocks. Tries to get up close and personal. Whips out the knife towards Olofmeister as he wants to try and be a bit cheeky. Drive home the fact of his 4 of a teammate, but instead Stay Jubbled will be able to fire through. Takes down Olofmeister in the end as we come back into a 2v2 site defense here. JW and co need to try and hold it as the push comes round. Nico and Karrigan, 2 men in this retake. Nico, he can always be naughty with the pistol. It's actually Karrigan to bust some face. Deals damage. There's Nico for the final frag on Letcro. And the first round goes the way of FaZe.
And there you have it. 1-0 now for FaZe Clan. Obviously, every single time I feel like I've casted FaZe in Inferno, it always is the double face towards middle that comes out from Rain, comes out from Guardian, of course, with that P2000. They double face towards mid. You saw from Fnatic, they're expecting that play. They crouch towards T-stairs. They hold, they wait 5-10 seconds. They're expecting Rain to be in the middle of mid, going to be caught off guard, which he is. But Fnatic unable to find that first frag with the Glocks at long range. Obviously, that first frag was found towards Banana from Nico's clinical headshot. Bomb was dropped, causes Karrigan to go all the way back around Speedway towards the B-bomb site. Fnatic expecting the over-rotation after the bomb was dropped towards Banana and shown there. Gob quad. But unfortunately, losing that player early meant they were always in the deficit going into that afterplan.
Obviously as well. The investment's the SMG. You've got 3 of them coming through, so they can try and find the additional cash bonus, make their lives easier as they work their way through these rounds. Fnatic still just playing it quite far back right now, running their default as they slowly push through towards mid.
Yeah, thing to note here as well, obviously, for Fnatic, bomb was planted towards the A site on the pistol. You can see $2,000 across the board here for Fnatic, so they are going to be going for the save. And for FaZe Clan now, a round versus the full league of Fnatic early on, where they can really stack up and farm up as much cash as humanly possible. 3 SMGs to work with, but instead, an M4 here for Nico. Ooh. Oh my god, the use of the skybox there is so good at ricocheting that grenade.
Yeah, the camel drop HE, as it just does so much damage. That is filthy as this push slowly develops in as well. They've got the smoke out, 50 seconds on the clock, and Nico can try and force them to either fight or flight as the smoke goes down, try and break up the push. It's really starting to get into a dire straight here towards mid. The first phase comes through from Letcro, but they know they're all grouped up towards B, and Nico's still finding headshots.
Oh, even more as well, obviously, for FaZe Clan. Getting these frags is great. You'd rather be on the SMGs to be as efficient as possible and stacking up the cash. Obviously, those submachine guns, $600 per frag. But even then, if they can keep this as clean as possible, there's still 5 players alive. Olofmeister is low. Jimmy Crim's last alive, and all 5 players survive this round. So now FaZe Clan can absorb the round victory bonus. The $3,500 across the board can be saved. Or will it? Are they going to be dishing out these MP9s, transferring those into M4s, maybe even AWP as well if they want to go for that onto Guardian early on?
Well, that's the only good thing that comes back for it, obviously, for Fnatic's nods. It's just one kill was found to the SMG. Olofmeister was able to acquire that with his UMP, but the rest of them were all found to the M4s of Guardian and Nico.
Into the first buy round here, the last best of 3. Winner of this series, making it into towards top 4 already. Molotov at the top of Banana will delay or deny Banana control early from FaZe. Good smoke as well. So this is the thing here for FaZe Clan. You've used both your Molotovs. You now have to boost or push through this smoke if you want to try contest towards Banana. You're not going to be sure if Fnatic have pushed it, but the boost comes through. They spot no one there. Now actually they can leave Nico alone towards the B side. Karrigan rotating in towards B. Going to be going towards CT spawn. He waits and now he runs, which means it's going to be 4 players stationed towards the A signer for FaZe Clan. An increased level of defense. Going to make this an impenetrable sight now from Fnatic.
Yeah, this has been great as well. Really smart use of the incendiary grenades there towards mid. So there was going to be the face from JW and Golden. Work as a unit, peek either side and cross-face and help each other. But instead, time's wasted. They have to try and group up, go for it again, but Olofmeister through the smoke finds the headshot. Rain comes through on towards Golden, but Crims, he starts to get a little bit more of a catalyst into the round as he finds 2 frags with the AK, opens it up. Is there any more? Will they now fall into disarray? 3 Ts remaining, 3 on the CT side as well. As it falls into a little bit of lull across the battlefield. Silence as they reposition and regroup.
Silver lining here for Fnatic is the fact that Nico is lacking utility, has the M4, but no Molotov here to deny the push for Fnatic. 30 seconds left and they can now waltz into B. The only resistance here being the M4 bullets from Nico. Isn't playing for early information as well, so Jack, the rotations are going to be extremely long for FaZe. Nico playing the off angle. This is a good position to find 1 frag and try and stay alive as long as possible.
Will he get one and done though? Will he be able to do anything? No, Crims scopes him out. Crims has been the difference maker, a hat-trick of frags. The only one that's been able to assassinate anyone on the CT side into this round. Karrigan as well. Going back through, leading the charge with support of Guardian, but Electro, the double face, double spray with the AK as he slays them all and gets the round for Fnatic.
Good play there from Fnatic early on. Obviously, FaZe Clan going for the double Molotov setup towards Banana. You smoke the bottom, you use both your Molotovs, you double grenade towards tree, you flash and you push. Instead, Fnatic deny the Banana control with that smoke towards the top of it. Nevertheless, though, FaZe obviously boost up Nico. Karrigan can leave Nico alone because Nico had an extra smoke to try and use. But still, Fnatic make it work. Obviously, for Nico there, slightly overextended, gets spotted out towards quad. You know, the idea is there. You find that frag, 2 versus 3, you stay alive as long as possible. There's only 7 seconds left on the bomb plant. It all gets a bit awkward. Aggression towards apartments. FaZe spotted, but look at the buy here from FaZe. Too strong. They're going to be saving this round. Going to allow Fnatic to get to 2 potential unless they can have an upset with the pistols. And then coming into round number 5, we should be seeing a full buy from both of these sides.
This is the thing as well. FaZe, obviously, in terms of what they have to work with in their arsenal, they have to force the issue a little bit. Try and push out the envelope as they go for the early contact phase. Guardian just gets tagged up because of it. And he doesn't even really get that much big of a read from it. So the benefit isn't there right now. Still just playing these closer angles where the close quarter combat will benefit them.
Notice the smoke right now that Karrigan has. Towards CT. When the push comes in, when Fnatic let loose those Molotovs and flashbangs and smokes, if he smokes it, which he has, gets in close, maybe he could try and find some success.
Oh, the P250 prowess isn't really going to be there, but the Deagle damage comes out from the backup of Nico. But they still go for trades, 2 for 2. We fall back into this 3 versus 3 as the site has been claimed. But the bomb isn't down just yet, JW. He knows he has time to play with, no reason to commit to it just yet as he waits. Gets himself an opportunity to plant the bomb. Here comes the defense now from Fnatic. Rain as well, trying to be quite cheeky with the Deagle as he spams through, hoping to connect a bit of a lucky frag if possible. But no one's going to be gifted. Yeah, it's the smokes as well. They're keeping them at bay. There is no kit on FaZe.
Yeah, the longer these smokes warden off the retake for FaZe as well, the less time left without the kit here for FaZe. So time diminishing off of the clock of the bomb. No real chance of a FaZe Clan anymore. The smokes delayed it just long enough.
Oh, the firing squad, though, as they peek up. Olofmeister actually gets 2 frags, but one of them's an assisted suicide and his teammate as Rain goes down. Crimson JW find those kills. Sure, it was only a light investment. A couple of them with a little bit of armor, some CZs here and there, so it's not all doom and gloom. As the reinvestment comes back through, and the AWP is donned on the big man as well. He whips out the AWP. Guardian, what's he going to do with it?
Has a good spawn, and one of the things we see from Guardian a lot of the time, especially in Inferno, well, only on Inferno, is he would jump across mid, he'll see if there's any AWP playing towards T-stairs. If there's not, he goes for the rephrase from quad side, and he can hold that long-ranged angle at the start of the round. Let's see if he does pull it out. So he's going to jump, spots no one, going to go for the face, and JW will survive, but Guardian. This is the thing why it's so hard to play versus Norp like this. There's so much pressure that he delivers to his opposition. It's so hard to play versus him. You're going to be so scared to peek middle when you're lacking that all.
Nico as well. Nerves of steel as the spam comes through, but he isn't phased, just waits for the push to come towards him. Splasher takes the firefight, but Nico will always come out on top in that situation. Gets back scot-free as well, just tagged up slightly as he goes down to 21 HP. But the fact he's still alive is going to be the X factor. Guardian as well, wielding the ult, playing close towards Quad as he holds the little pixel angle.
Timing as well will connect the shot. 5 versus 3 now for FaZe Clan into this one. The reface comes in, but JW holding the angle will actually decimate the life of Guardian.
Doesn't need the AWP.
Doesn't need the
You
AWP.
can snipe with it, mate.
3 versus 4. Nico is low towards the B-bomb site. Where is Nico and Karrigan going to set up here? The boost coming in, so he can get the one frag. He's playing the off angle, going to be unexpected. So if he can find one frag here, only on 21 points of health, it's going to be a job well done for him. Has the backup of Karrigan as well. They can try and make something happen.
Oh, JW though, he's looking fierce on the entries as he just bludgeons them, walks his way through. JW, another frag as well. Just picking these up, second after second, Snods. He's finding golden opportunities for Fnatic and really changing this round. Switching it up on his head, he bounced round, tries to show his acrobatic skills, but unfortunately, as there is the hunt from Olof, he will go down, falling back into a 2v2, potential for the retake.
No defuse kit now for FaZe. 20 seconds left on the bomb. They have to make this one sharp. Grims and Golden. Bomb is planted as well towards Bananas. Grims doesn't face it, but now he's drawn into this one. A 1 versus 2.
Tap the bomb as well to try and force the face as the angle was covered, but Crims is playing it smart as he slowly extends round. Olof was there though, and once again he'll annihilate his ex-teammate.
Yeah. Kit picked up from Karrigan's corpse, so FaZe still had a additional amount of time to work with on the clock there. Still a close round though, especially when you consider the fact that there was a 5 versus 3. You know, Nico the first frag, and then obviously Guardian playing the angle towards Boiler, gets blinded, but still has the timing off of the flashbang. Goes for the reface. You have a 5 versus 3, and he still tries to increase the advantage for his team. And gave opportunity there for JW. Actually found 3 frags into that round, so JW nearly pulling that one back. So, round number 6 here. 3-2. Fnatic going to be going for another buy. Banana control coming out from Nico.
Nico, up close and personal as well. Being able to hold the angle towards bottom Banana. Finds that frag fairly easily. Smoke still coming through as well, so he's got Banana control. They can now rotate one player off, which is what they'll do. As they reposition, being a little bit timid as commotion's been caused. They find a frag towards the A site as we saw Guardian go down. They do fall into a 4v4. But Nico, he's still going to be holding it, causing ruckus to try and strike some fear into their hearts.
Wow. Nico has the Molotov to work with. Minute left on the clock, so jumps in towards Banana. Jack playing for that information. If he spots a player towards Banana, he can Molotov. Give enough time for Karrigan to rotate around. Flashbang comes in. Doesn't spot the players out just yet, but the Molotov will be thrown. Has a flashbang as well, just to slow them down for extra time. Karrigan still playing towards Speedway, so you can see if a FaZe Clan, they're not jittery. They're not going to over-rotate for no reason. Nico spots out one player. But Karrigan will make his way towards the B-bomb site. Maybe a poor read here from FaZe Clan as all 4 members come in towards the A side for Fnatic as they make their way up towards Quad. Olof, the last remaining player here for FaZe.
Maybe this could be the difference maker though, if Golden can whip out some glorious plays as he slips on the site, but Olofmeister detects him and wants to force him back. JW a primetime angle to deal some damage though as he catches off the rotate from Karrigan, and all of a sudden there was just one man remaining. It falls on Nico, miles away from this site. He's got a kit to play with, but obviously for Fnatic, 3 of them alive in a 1 versus 3. It's worth the save. Don't throw it away for no reason. You have the AK, you've got armor and a kit. Just slowly back off and see if they're going to exit and aggress towards him.
This is great so far from Fnatic though. Money isn't going to be in the best situation now for FaZe, especially now as Fnatic have reset their money going forward. This is an important save now for Nico. He's not going to be expecting the flank coming in from JW. An easy frag will be found from behind. A little bit of BM as well, the spam onto the body, but nevertheless, 3-3, and the reset has now been dished out to FaZe. Do they go for the force buy into this round, Jack? Do they save for 2 rounds in a row? And of course not. Going to be dishing out these upgraded pistols. One thing to note as well, Guardian only invests into the P250. He has over $1,100, so even if FaZe Clan lose this round, he can still buy an AWP into the next buy round. Guaranteed he's going to have $5,500, but he can still afford the Kevlar and the AWP. Not going to overinvest into that one. Rain being the only player alongside of Nico that invests into Kevlar. But it should be the double save here coming out from FaZe. So Fnatic, they can get off to such a strong start. You know, 5-3 on their T side. If they get a few more rounds, they're going to be happy and content with this T half.
Elevated angle here for Rain, though. He's up top, head above the clouds, as he'll be able to peer over. Spots him in the distance, but he couldn't quite compose himself to find the frags with a CZ. But do they know about Olaf? Lying in wait, hiding in the close angle by the smoke as they sprint past. He's going to hit all of that information, relay it to Guardian as well. P250 in close range like this could be quite powerful. They've pent them in, they've got them captured. Rain as well, repositioned to a better angle as he finally strikes with the CZ and gets one. But Rain and Guardian both go down. Olaf's towards mid and Flusher's there. This might be a moneymaker round for Flusher as well as he gets the first, but the response with the Deagles come through as 2 frags are found. We fall back into a 2v2. Nico on the AK once more as well. Snaps it up, but he starts to back off.
2 versus 2 now for FaZe. Bomb planted towards default. JW here towards pit. Goes for the refresh with the flashbang, expecting Nico to be turned for that one. Olaf Master flashes well, the smoke going to be coming out towards pit.
Tries to force JW to extend further round, really push the issue out. Nico finds both of the frags though as he pushes in. He might not have the time, but he's still done damage and shown how flamboyant he can be into these rounds as he just slays them. Runs away. Fnatic will get themselves a 4th round on the board, but Nico looking naughty as per usual.
Looking good there, Jack. Obviously for FaZe Clan, that was the quasi-buy. Only 2 players investing into Kevlar, so actually finding all 5 frags onto Fnatic is going to be a big dent in terms of their economy going forward. And is this now a reset round for Fnatic? How much cash are they going to have left to work with once the full buy comes through? So Lekro, $1,300, Crims, $1,800. FaZe Clan, if they can make it 4-4, force out a weak force buy from Fnatic, reset their money, force out an eco, FaZe could be getting a strong grasp into this one, but unfortunately here for the international squad, this is going to be the eco essentially. Only Nico can invest into the, well, I say invest, he saved it from the last round, the AK Kevlar. Apart from that, everyone onto upgraded pistols, no one having Kevlar. But it's all for this next round, Jack, where they can go for that 4 buy into round number 9. But can they have a repeat of what happened last time? Guardian towards Arch, about to be tested.
The AK does actually find that headshot. Now he can actually try and go for this wrap all the way back round. He's going to get to Speedway before they've even been able to get side control here. This is working out pretty well for FaZe on the rotate back through. Fnatic down a man as well, as they need to try and get the advantage back in their favor in the battle of attrition. This burst here could be critical from Arch if they play their cards right. They try and slip through, but all the AKs come up top trumps as they just annihilate anyone that dared to fight against them.
Yeah, Nico finds the first frag, obviously, towards that B-bomb site. Suddenly, an instant reaction for Fnatic to go push in towards Arch. They know as soon as the AK is found towards B, it's going to be what? On Kevlar, P250s, maybe CZs if they group up together towards Arch. They smoke the end of it as well, just in case someone had a scout or had a deagle to try and land those headshots. Clear out Arch, wrap towards the A-bomb site. No real resistance shown there by FaZe, but now this is what we were waiting for, Jack. The AWP onto Guardian, and Olaf Meister as well. So Olaf Meister playing towards the A site. Guardian with the aggressive peek.
Double the AWP, double the fun as they peek out, take down Guardian. It's the initial frag and does reposition as he jumps back. Flusher as well, straight through. Finds his way through the smokes. He tried to go something a little bit cheeky, but they've already repositioned and Nico's gone down. JW gets taken out as well as things get a bit awkward into the rounds now. It's a 3 versus 4. Push comes up, but Flusher, he entries the site, finds success as he bounds round. This could just be what sells the round in their favor, especially with the backstab on Lekro.
Yeah, FaZe need to save in this scenario. Karrigan going towards CT, trying to see if he can maybe spam through the smoke and have some sort of success into this round, but with the silenced M4 and the lack of bullets with that, maybe not. Flashman comes in. We're pushing into the ruin, but Lekro spotted out, trying to go for the lurk and have that spy sort of play. And now 3 versus 2 here, and there's a key for Karrigan, so what if?
Just waiting at T side, timing. Karrigan though plays it correctly as Crims looked away just at the wrong time. Karrigan as well bounds in, grabs himself a double kill, nets the bomb defuse as well as he had the kit to back it up. 4 rounds for FaZe as they make the retake work.
Wow. I mean, Lekro's coming from behind. He has the flank behind Karrigan, behind all the FaZe Clan players. FaZe setting up for the save towards middle. You saw they were holding, see if Fnatic are going to go, overextend towards Banana, maybe provide some exit frag, save towards apartments. And Necro gives up the 2 versus 3. Karrigan with the late flank as well. So well timed, and with what, 3-4 seconds left in the defuse. FaZe Clan get to their 4th round, and now it's going to be the force spike coming in from Fnatic. If they lose this round, Jack, they're going to be forced onto an eco. We could be setting up here for a 6-5 scoreline in favor of FaZe, all because of that blunder.
Ooh. And a frag there as well as the tag comes through. Golden, so he'll lose 20 HP and he'll return the favor back as well as he spams onto Nico. So nicely done as this aggression is boding well. They've got top banana control into this round, so they can try and force FaZe to second guess a little bit here as the map control fight goes down.
3 towards quad from FaZe. What would be good if a Fnatic is an apps burst, but obviously it's going to be hard to try and read that FaZe are bringing 3 towards quad position. Nico through the smoke as well, he's playing out gold at 5 versus 4. Nico is fairly low, but obviously has the backup of Guardian this time with the AWP. And all of mine's opening towards the A side of the map, so they will be falling back towards default, obviously playing the heavy stack towards quad. All of mine's going to be paranoid that a push towards Arch could have occurred. But now, all of the remaining players from Fnatic grouped up towards this A-bomb site. The default was strong. They had presence towards Banana, they had map control towards mid and apps, Jack. The round was going in their favor, but now with the deficit, the HE grenade comes in as well as the bomb makes its way towards apartments. It's going to be the A site, where this fight does occur.
Yeah, they headed that HE as well as it lands directly on their faces, so a fair bit of blunt damage transferred onto them as they set themselves up. Shrapnel going to be everywhere as they get ready to flood their way into the site, but can this be the difference maker? Will Olaf manage to be the plumber to deny it as he gets the first, fires against Crims, but already some damage has been done, but it's only JW and Flusher left. A 2-man push. They try and get through. JW with the first, but he's got no time now. He can't get the bomb down. He might find the headshot, but it's too late and he knows it. Guardian just runs away to make sure no shenanigans can occur as they tie up the scoreline now. 5-5 apiece as we go into round number 11.
And this has to be the save now for Fnatic. They did deal, a lot of economical damage. You could argue for a pause here from Fnatic. Do you force around JW's AK? Obviously, JW can jump over a UMP if you wanted to. You could have a CZ, strong utility buy, maybe go for an apps burst. We see that FaZe in the last round played heavy towards quad side. But instead, they're not going to be running the risk. Obviously, if they won that round, they can reset FaZe's economy as well, as it was a battle of attrition in terms of the money. But already a 5 versus 4 on Flusher. Well, actually, that was a collat there. Flusher shot in the leg.
As he gets tagged up, and here comes the frag as well. Rain, the timing, tried to get the HG out, but he still finds himself a frag anyway. The martyrdom comes out as he blows away Crims. And we just have 3 members now remaining on that T side. They're low, but they've got side control. If they get a bomb down, this isn't the worst round in the world.
3 versus 3. Careful here for 2 of the players into Fnatic, and the rifles have been retrieved off of the corpses from FaZe. A real chance into this one. Necro holding the angle towards quad, only 12 HP, but the flank comes in from behind. Flusher coming in from the flank, from middle. Can JW delay for long enough?
JW, he has to stay alive. It's all on him. The frontline infantry, the madman, but he can't do it. Gets guillotined and taken a pit by Nico. Oh, the face as well from Flusher, but he had to re-peek, had to go for the aggressive face. He gets taken down, tackled by Nico, and FaZe get themselves number 6.
These rounds, Jack, are back and forth. 6-5 now here. FaZe Clan with the lead, and the bio round will be coming back into the forefront. For Fnatic as well, the defaults have been working. They can take control of top banana fairly easily. The mid control works as well. FaZe Clan have shown some resistance there, but the smoke comes out towards Arch, the flashbang as well. FaZe Clan are falling back towards the site. No real aggression towards apartments as well from FaZe Clan. So Fnatic gain control of the map here. There could be a mid-round call to go for a fake towards B. We know that FaZe are playing on the sides there. You can deny vision and information. But it seems at this time FaZe are up in the ante. The aggression towards middle now from Guardians. He finds the first frag for another round in a row.
Well, that's the thing as well. That's the issue. If you're allowing Guardian to actually get these plays towards mid, if you hang around, if you dilly-dally every time, he's going to just try and rip you apart and topple your early aggression. Nico as well, cheeky stuff as he's boosted up. He might be heightened, but he's just an easier target there for Flusher as he starts to fire back through, looking fierce on the aggro towards this top banana.
Yeah, trying to get information in the 5 versus 4 there. We'll throw away the advantage that FaZe did find from Guardian's AWP. Now into the 4 versus 4, you could argue Fnatic have the advantage into this one. Or do they? Olofmeister rotates his way back around towards Arch. As the flashes come in, and he falls back just in time.
Still gets the HE out though, as he'll bowl it down with the underhand, see if anyone's going to get tagged from it. So Golden takes a little bit of shrapnel, and that's about it.
50 seconds on the clock now for Fnatic to work with. 2 smokes in their arsenal, so they can smoke towards Coffin, smoke towards CT. And for Karrigan, no utility to neither push. All down to the AK spray.
And they're about to bust through the door, waving the 4-4s, and they find success as well. Flusher with the first, rips Karrigan a new one, and leaves him in a shallow grave. As they've taken site control, they can get the C4 down and invite the CTs in.
The rounds have been so close leading into this one, Jack. The money isn't going to be affluent for FaZe. This might even be a save here, and it's going to be the tower thrown in. 6-6 as we go all squared up heading into round number 13, and look at the cash thanks to our observer. You know, $1,300 there for FaZe. They're going to have their round loss bonus reset now back to $1,400. So Guardian, $2,700. $2,600 as well for Karrigan. So the buy here from FaZe is going to be poor, but most likely going to force it, as it should go 6-6. And going into the latter portions here of this first half, it's anyone's game.
Silver lining for FaZe though is actually Guardian did stay alive. He has the AWP to play with. He's actually got the kit as well, and obviously for Olof still having the kit in their back pockets. The inventory's a little bit better, but it's still going to be awkward.
It's true. I mean, they have, as you said, 3 weapons saved, so 2 M4s, 1 AWP as well. The FAMAS going to be dropped over there to Nico, and Karrigan going to be warding, what, UMP maybe? Well, actually, that's actually, okay. I thought they were going to go for the double UMP buy, so I think FaZe just overbought. So, bit of miscommunication there. Didn't go for the pause to try and work out the little kinks in the buy there. But round number 13, 6-6, Fnatic looking good. If they win this round, Jack, they could be resetting their money for FaZe all the way back to an eco. So, Fnatic could be stealing the half away from FaZe. But again, Guardian is so damn good at getting these entries here for the international squad.
Yeah, finding success with the AWP is always going to be what he's known for, especially towards top banana. This forces the issue quite heavily for Fnatic as well. Mass reposition as they are grouped up. It's a line of them waiting to burst in, bound through towards the A site. Crims, cheeky stuff as he finds the headshot, but there's the response. Guardian, he's all over the map, and he's dealing constant damage.
3 versus 4. Lecro once again lurking towards apartments, but Guardian has the angle covered. Low HP as well for Crims into the 2 versus 4. FaZe Clan with double the manpower. Leaving just Nico alone towards this B-bomb site. He can jiggle peek, get the information, put the smoke down. Obviously, Fnatic going to be forced to run through that smoke. We saw the same scenario of Karrigan towards CT when he had the PT50 when FaZe ran an eco in an earlier round. Bomb still towards middle here, Jack. No one from FaZe overextended. No one getting a bit aggressive. Golden trying to see if he can mimic the sound of the bomb plant. Or the bomb being dropped, apologies. Smoke towards CT. Our FaZe going to over-rotate, especially now as Nico goes down early on. Golden! The B-side's completely clear, Jack, as they run straight past them.
Yeah, he forces the push as well, so Olofmeister, he's caught off guard there and cut down as Crims will slice through him like a knife through butter. Slips his way onto the site as well, going to be able to get the bomb plant.
Oh, it's a game of cat and mouse here, Jack. FaZe have no idea what just happened to them. Guardian onto a UMP, obviously had the AWP. He found 3 frags into this round early on. It was a 5 versus 3 or a 4 versus 2 even. Sorry, 4 versus 2, yeah. But the HP is low. Can he still try and muster up the courage to go for this one? Has the kit to work with, no utility. But you can see. Frustrated, going to be throwing in the towel here as they save the AWP. 6-7, and if we can see the money as well for FaZe. Oh, they're going to be reset again, Jack. Back down to an eco. Fnatic are most likely going to get 8 rounds here, Jack. If they win the half on their T side as well for Inferno, this is looking very good here for the Swedes.
It would be crazy, and the fact is as well, Snod's Guardian, the only one that found frags into this round. 3 of them located with the AWP, as he was able to find the early entry on Crims, reposition, did more towards A. He was the defense, he was the difference maker when it came down to crunch time. Fnatic there, just being able to overpower them and leave their mark on the round.
AWP now for JW. Versus Guardian single AWP, and apart from that, 4 USP, so, you know, we'll be taken out of the equation instantly. Guardian for what, 4 rounds now in a row, I believe, has found the entry here for FaZe, and still, Fnatic are fighting back into this one, but they now know exactly where Guardian is. They can react and go to the site, but it's going to be stacked by 4 FaZe clan members. Karrigan anticipating this reaction now from Fnatic.
Well, a Let's see how it's going to go as these pistols, they're going to be effective in close range, but they're going to be forced to push. The Molotov goes down, so Nico has to edge out ever so slightly, but the pistols are working out. Olaf and Rain, they find success as they beat down upon them with their USPs. It's a 3v2, Crimson and Electro on the site, but they can't try and go for the plant. Electro as well, only 20 HP, Snods. This is going to be their last smoke lobbed out.
No one coming from Banana though from FaZe, so there is a chance now, a window of opportunity for the bomb to go down towards Coffin. Oh, they're going to be walking through this, Jack.
Oh, Guardian as well, lands the no-scope, takes down Lecro. That might have just done it and sealed the deal in the round as it's 50 seconds left on the clock. Crims, he sprints his way towards A, running a marathon as he wants to get there as quickly as possible. Bounds around as well. You can see Dubious. Is he actually going to slip straight through? Go up quad and push in. Olaf Meister, he's there, he's got the bomb out. Olaf Meister should be gifted this frag! What? But Olaf Meister, he whiffs as he swings and screws it up, goes down. The bomb can be planted. It's a 1v1.
How ironic, Jack, that is Karrigan now in the 1 versus 1. If you remember the Kenny S moment on Cobblestone, it's all come round full circle. This time, Kenny avenged that moment.
Flashbang peek as he sprints straight through. Crims might be blind, but he's firing through it. Whips out his Glock as well, trying to go for the burst. The cheeky plays won't back it up today as he does go down. There's a defuse, but it's still neck and neck. 7-7 apiece.
FaZe have made it 7-7, as you said, as we go into round number 15. Olaf Meister is going to be extremely relieved after how that one did conclude of Karrigan, of all people, in that 1 versus 1. 7-7 then. Fnatic still have cash to work with. They've had many bomb plants. 5 AKs. JW going to be leaving the AWP. Maybe for the second half on the CT side. Don't want to be challenging Guardian any more than he has done. And let's see. 5 rounds running. Can he make it happen again? Going to be flashed off the angle towards middle. But aggression now towards Banana here. Nico charging down.
When Guardian can't, Nico can as he pushes straight through, down with the AK. Will be executed by Flusher at least, so there was some kind of resistance this time from Fnatic. They're not going to just break underneath the pressure, as this is deciding who gets that advantage as well going into the second half. It's quite an important round, as they now build up towards top Banana, getting ready to peel back some scalps as they push through. Karrigan gets contact, Molotov straight down, wants to try and keep them at bay, but the counter smokes are there, and Flusher displays ferocity as he sprints round, but Rain just unleashes upon them. A hailstorm of bullets will tag him up, but he can't quite frag him just yet. Bomb going down as well. More shrapnel damage being transferred as JW and Crims get tagged by the HGs. But JW, he's on a mad one now, wants to assassinate him with the AK. Swinged wide, but finally goes down to Rain, and it's all on him in a 1v2.
All Crims has to do now is hide and play contact, baited essentially by Lecro. They can play off the contact. The bomb's planted for Coffin. It's all planted for Lecro. No utility here for the T-side as the bomb is still in their gaze.
Rain is going toe-to-toe in the middle of the bomb site as he wants to try and beat them down, but instead it's Lecro to find success. Fnatic will get the advantage. They get 8 rounds on their T-side.
Yeah, impressive. I mean, I was setting up in the prelude before the game started, Jack, of how strong the CT side is from FaZe, but Fnatic, they bounce back, they make it 8-7. Can Fnatic continue this win streak on the second half? Find out shortly after this brief break.
Hello everyone, welcome back. It's been a bit of a slobber knocker so far on the first map of Inferno as Fnatic lead with 8 rounds. One ahead of FaZe Clan with 7 in their bank as it has been a close affair, very back and forth, keeping that headline neck and neck the entire time.
Yeah, this game down to the wire, Jack. 8-7 as we are live into the second half here with the second half pistol. Here we go then, Fnatic lead the charge now to their CT side. This is the map pick though from the Swedes. Cash being map 2 in this series. But it's going to be a double buy of utility. Guardian, Karrigan having those HE grenades expecting push towards Banana.
Push coming up as they charge up early on. HE's being lobbed out as well, and that's the clear difference maker. We've seen that CT side of FaZe where it was very early, heavy utility usage to keep the push back. This time around, they've been gifted free top Banana control, and they're allowed to flood in and attempt to overwhelm this defense towards the site. Golden gets the first, but Guardian fires back through as the pistol whips are starting to come out. They're going toe-to-toe as things are getting awkward, but JW's got other ideas in mind. As the resistance is there, the retake comes through as well as they start to get up, hustling and bustling, ready to burst in to try and deny this round from FaZe.
Oh, nice shot there from Crims. 3 versus 2 as FaZe keep on peeking. The bomb planted towards Coffin, so it's planted for Olafmeister, but gives away the afterplant positions. All down to Guardian now.
It's just on Guardian. We know how effective he can be when it comes to scopes, but when he's got a USP, he couldn't quite channel it. That is the opening pistol round going the way of Fnatic. That's 9 rounds. This is going to be good for them. Obviously, they have the early advantage from the fact they got the additional round at the end of the first half. You get the pistol. On that CT side economy as well, it bodes so well. You can keep it sustained. You can actually build it very effectively now.
Yeah, especially, I mean, Inferno is one of these maps where you can snowball the T-pistol incredibly effectively. Obviously, you get the 3-0 start. If the CT's forced in the second round, going into the first buy round, they're going to be lacking utility. The Molotov's required to gain Banana control, for example. So, Fnatic avoid all of those possibilities and actually claim the second half pistol. And actually, surprisingly, they gained 8 T rounds when FaZe actually won the first pistol. So it really goes to show how strong they were on the buy rounds. JW stepping up massively for his team. And now then, it will be the eco, of course, coming up from FaZe Clan. The bomb was planted into the last round towards their B-bomb site. Just going to be a deagle for Nico. Apart from that, P250's Glocks across the board.
I like that as well. Smart HE usage from Fnatic there. Lob them down towards bottom Banana. Be able to tag the opposition. Leaves them so they don't even have much sustenance when they do actually push into the site, and they've lost as much help as physically possible as they get ready. Trying to go for this quad burst into the late round here. 1:11 left on the clock. Crim slowly turtling round. Spots them out. Is able to actually find that kill on Guardian as well. Somehow he takes them down. JW, he could be the meat grinder that will be the difference maker. Instead though, removed by Rain. Flusher is the only real resistance. 55 seconds on the clock. 3 Ts remain. They're trapped in an awkward position towards mid.
Making their way through the smoke into the UMP spray there from Flusher. Very easy, clinical spray, and where you have it, Crims finds the final frag onto Olafmeister. 10-7. Double digits now for the Swedish side on their CT half of Inferno. This is, of course, their map pick, so we're expecting to see the strategies, the tactics where they can grind out these rounds and get it to a competitive matchup. But FaZe Clan, round number 18, no AWP for Guardian, and Guardian being, I mean, yes, Nico has the most frags, but Guardian in terms of impactful kills as well, Jack. 4 entries with the AWP, round and round again with that CT side AWP. And now it's the 5 rifle setup. They're going to be having no Molotovs, just 3 smokes to work with, 3 flashbangs as well. The utility is scarce as JW pounces off top of that one. No flashbang to warden him back instead. A 5 versus 4 now in favor of Fnatic.
Yeah, that's nice as well. Get the initial pick. Try and get those early openers, especially with the AWP on JW. It makes the round so much easier, so much more moldable now for the side of Fnatic as they're just waiting for the push to come towards them. They just need to play for trades, ideally, as they fall back. Lekro went in towards close apartments, did go for the nade throw as well, so Olafmeister only taking 4 points of damage from that. But this is where the burst starts to shape up. The smokes from Fnatic, they do have a gap though. So Rain, you can look over and see if there's any opportunity for a little bit of an entry.
Nico going to be clearing towards Banana, making sure no one from Fnatic has pushed down and got aggressive. Crims, or should I say Flusher, apologies, towards TT spawn as well, so he's in a fast rotation position between A and B. Has the flashbang as well, so as soon as Golden spots them out towards Banana, flashbang comes in, Golden can peek with that flashbang, maybe pounce on some flash players. Guardian with the bomb, leading the charge as well. 1 smoke is all they have to work with here. Most likely going to be smoking towards CT, flash over, Now Flusher in towards Coffin, and there's no smoke for it as well, Jack. This is a hard scenario now for FaZe.
Yeah, there's nothing. There's just one flashbang on Flusher. That's it. That's all the utility Fnatic have towards this B site. You've got one smoke and a double flash here for FaZe as well as the push comes through. The flashbang doesn't really work out too well for Golden, but at least Flusher finds two, denies the push ever so slightly and slows them down. There's still the manpower advantage here on Fnatic. They can rotate through. JW scoped in, honed through, hoping that someone might extend, someone might try reposition to a post-plant position and give him the opener whilst his teammates group up and come through Banana.
Player advantage now for Fnatic into this one. JW searching for this next frag to turn it into the 3 versus 1. Maybe spots the elbow there from Nico, so they know where one of these players are, but did they suspect Olofmeister towards Coffin?
Nico as well. Can always be naughty with the rifle as he wants to try and deal the damage, but it's all on him. A bit of a panic peek there as well, but he lands the headshot, blows Litbro to bits, tries to get the further frag. Crims couldn't do it.
He's done it.
But he's been able to win the round anyway. Forced to run away. They were too slow. So that is going to be the round going the way of FaZe.
10-8. Nico delivers, of course he does, into the 1 versus 3, plays the clock, plays the time. You saw that's why he didn't overface into the second player. He waited it patiently. Bought enough time for Fnatic to lose any chance into that one. And it will be a FaZe clan pause, as I imagine they have to work out the buy here, Jack. One player survived. Nico can drop over the AK to Olofmeister. Nico obviously going to be able to invest into his own AK. I believe Olofmeister bought his own AK, so one more's dropped. Karrigan might have to go for an SMG or a UMP. Going to be investing into the MAC-10, it seems, so utility at least for him. Khalil for Rain, so I imagine Guardian going to be having that final AK. So, I mean, 4 rifle buy, 1 MAC-10. The utility as well may be strong. And let's find out. As it will just be one player, Karrigan, taking the hit in terms of firepower onto the MAC-10, has full utility. 3 smokes to work with, 2 Molotovs as well, but only 3 flashbangs. JW is going to have an AWP again, so does he suspect weak economy now for FaZe? Can he try and exploit it for a second time running?
JW, early Molotov, this is nice. It holds them back with JW. He played with confidence, he finds the frag, but Golden goes down anyhow to Olofmeister. So they do get traded out and fall back into a 4v4 as this round starts to slow down off a very high tempo beginning.
4 versus 4 now. Fnatic going to be having their CT defense spread thin across the map, 2 towards A and 2 towards B. And now for FaZe Clan, you know, you've shown presence towards Banana. As long as you keep 2 players from Fnatic towards the B bomb site, you can essentially have a 4 versus 2 towards A. That's why we see in these scenarios, we always hear the analysts saying a 4 versus 2 always, or a 4 versus 4, sorry, always favors the T side because they can group up and have essentially this 4 versus 2 now towards this aforementioned A bomb site. Just going to be Lekro and Crims. I set it up to be this magical moment where they have these strong crossfires, but maybe the crossfire is going to be avoided here or diminished as the smokes come in and the arch wrap prevails.
All right, well, they burst their way in to tease. They need to cause some trouble. Nico as well, absolutely fantastic as ever as he takes them down with the AK, tackles the defense towards A, and you can see JW and Flusher have only just arrived. They were running their way through Speedway, but realize it's too late. Back off and save.
Olofmeister on the hunt. The money isn't really the strongest as well for both these teams, but obviously now the FaZe have won 2 in a row. They're going to be expecting an eco potentially for Fnatic of the money to be dire. So these guns are going to be extremely potent to save. JW will telegraph exactly where he is, but there's no one really too close here from FaZe to try and exploit that and pounce on them towards the B-bomb site. And a great play and a great mid-round call as well coming out from Karrigan in that scenario, I imagine. FaZe Clan, they know it's a 4 versus 4. They expect 2 players to be towards B, 2 players to be towards A. As the Arch player left the A bomb site, went in towards B, therefore there is a massive opportunity to go for the Arch wrap. Lekro and Crims, you know, we know Lekro is so strong towards balcony, towards pit. Crims being the quad player, playing on towards default. A massive gap in the CT defense as FaZe Clan go for the Arch wrap and exploit that weakness. I mean, they caught them literally at the side. Lekro was looking towards quad, shot on the side of the head, so no real chance or completely unsuspecting there from FaZe Clan. 9-10, as it will be the saved weapons for Flusher and JW, but apart from that, just pistols across the board for the remaining Fnatic players. 1 round now separates these 2 teams as FaZe Clan, if they can win on the map pick Inferno from Fnatic going into cash, this might be the 2-0 to send FaZe Clan straight into the top 4 position in the Spodek arena.
Well, it's a good start for Fnatic though, as early damage has been done. You can see Karrigan and Guardian both down to 40 HP as this push comes up towards top banana as well. Karrigan going to go in first with the Galil, make his presence known to try and strike some fear into their hearts. Force out that utility as well, which is really left in a critical spot already. There's still 1 minute and 10 left on the clock, Snods, and there's only 2 smokes to play with for the sides of Fnatic. So if they do group up and go for a play, it won't be easy for them to slow them down. It now falls more so into just these 2 rifles. This is where JW has to try and be a bit of a elementalist with a scope and find these frags.
It's true. I mean, the thing as well to note is the fact that Nico still has a smoke towards B. He can smoke towards CT, try and see if he can sell some sort of a ruse or a fake to try and keep the players here, but it seems like FaZe Clan instead are going to be rejoining the ranks now towards the B-bomb side. They made a ruckus towards mid. JW searches for the information, spots out one, but misses the crucial shot, and that's going to be the port of call for Flusher to rotate. But now coming back in, FaZe Clan, indecisive.
Nico, though, on the entry, gets the first, obliterates Golden, is hungry for more. Flusher tried to go through the smoke, but Nico just snaps back and snaps his neck clean off as he peels his face back, falling now into just 3 remaining members for Fnatic, and you can see they do not like how this round's gone down. The commotion's already been caused. They're going to be quaking in their boots as JW, he's forced to save. Crims can just try and play on the close angle, though. If they push out through Ruins, he can try and ruin their day with the P250, but it's unlikely. FaZe most likely will just exit together as they just hold for the meantime.
JW, you can see as well, $1,800 is all he has left in his bank account. So if the orb is not saved here, they're going to be lacking a big portion of their CT side defense going into the next buy round. Ooh, one, but Nico will eventually trade that one out. JW from behind. Guardian, oh my goodness. You've just given away the free orb to one of the best players in the server. 10-10 now. Round number 21. Fnatic, as I said before, JW unable to save the orb, so now will be a 5 rifle or UMP invested into by Flusher so we can buy more utility. So it's probably going to be, what, 3... I was going to say a 3 rifle setup, Jack, but instead JW opts for the P90. This is going to be one to watch here into this round. 2 UMPs, 1 P90, 2 M4s as well here for the CT side, and they have the fuse kits to work with, but this is why, Jack, getting up close and personal. But instead, nades used and dished out towards Banana. Guardian trying to get aggressive here towards Quad, expecting an overface, maybe from JW as he's been doing prior. But instead he has a P90 in this case. Stark contrast to the firepower we saw last time.
Yeah, Golden as well. Straight through and straight down as the spam comes out from Nico. He's able to compose himself as well to find that further frag. Luckily, Crims trades it back, but this is where it all comes down to the P90. What will it actually achieve? As it's only going to be 1 frag. A bit of an awkward spam onto the cranium of Rain to eliminate him, but that is about it into the round now as well. 3 Fnatic players remain in Lecro. He might be able to tackle Tarragon, but he couldn't overpower Olof there as he bounds back through. They've got a minute on the clock. It's a 2v2, but the health advantage is stacked in their favor. They've got the better arsenal as well, and they can just bide their time as Guardian starts to plant.
Bomb planted for a pit, and you saw there from Olofmeister trying to change position. And as the call is made that is towards a pit plant, in transition he gets caught. Guardian caught in the middle of things as well from both angles, left, right and center, connects the first shot.
As he got the upper hand into the round, as he found the first, was able to overpower Flusher, but still do so much more. Flashbang beat, but Crims with the USP. He was hot on his tails and finds the kill, as he'll be able to defuse as well just in the nick of time. Fnatic saved themselves. Somehow they grabbed that round.
Yeah, you saw the communication there from FaZe Clan. The bomb was planted in towards default. Olofmeister trying to get a better position towards Quad. Obviously, if the bomb is planted safe in that corner, it's a great plan for Quad. That's why you see Olofmeister leaves pit, then suddenly Guardian changes his mind. As he changes his mind, it's planted for pit, and then Olofmeister caught transitioning between Quad and pit. Easy frag found, 2 versus 1. And you can't ask Guardian to win all of those, as it goes 11-10. Only 1 player surviving, that was Crims in the last round, so the money is still not going to be affluent here for Fnatic. UMPs, FAMAS as well into the server. Orb for JW as he gets so aggressive. And will he be challenging Guardian?
They're both snipers with a hell of a scope as they wait for the push to come round and wait to try and find these frags. Early aggression towards top mid as well. As this round starts to develop, 1 minute and 30 on the clock, Snods, as they get up close and personal. Revving their engines and raring to go as the smokes come down. JW, is he going to be quick enough here? As he gets the first, falls back as well, takes down Rain. There's the counter flash to try and slow down the push. The peek comes out from Crims as this unit's working together like a effective machine right now. Straight through as well, Nico gets crunched upon. Guardian, he might have the AWP, but he can't do anything with it, especially when he's not even allowed to peek. He takes the firefight, but he goes down to the pistol. Crims comes through and towards Olaf, and Fnatic get another round on the board.
That was the force buy from FaZe, as it met its demise versus JW's AWP. 12-10 then, Jack. Fnatic are looking good here on their CT side as well. I got a bit worried there for themselves after FaZe Clan had the 1 versus 3 with Nico in towards the back boxes, then suddenly the force buy was won by FaZe, and then the eco that we saw from Fnatic when it was all squared up at 10-10. But that 1 versus Guardian, which Crims found success in, seems to have revitalized his Fnatic squad. AWP again from JW, knows there's going to be no AWP into the server, can go for the audacious, aggressive peek towards middle. Flush as well, makes his mark towards Banana, as it is going to be the eco coming out from FaZe. No sets of Kevlar here, it's going to be upgraded pistols, 1 Deagle there for Rain, but apart from that, Glocks and P250s.
Backing off though, this Fnatic. They did have the utility if they wanted to try and take deep control towards bottom Banana, but those pistols would be more effective for FaZe in a position like that. So FaZe just with range. Olofmeister taken down to Crims as he gets the early opener into the round. A minute still left on the clock. Fnatic looking like they want to try and snap up that 13th round, Snods.
Yeah, not only the 13th round, Jack, but also economy. Think about the money they're going to have if they can have 4 or 5 players staying alive. Obviously, they've got SMGs in the server as well, so they can be effective at stacking up and farming the cash. We might even see a double AWP setup, potentially, from Fnatic to the next buy, and their money will definitely be able to establish it. But Rain, searching, trying to see if he can find an entry towards the B-bomb site. Eventually, will be denied by the smoke. Crims towards apartments. Gets that second frag as well here for Fnatic. So 5 versus 3, and it's all shaping up to be an efficient anti-eco here from Fnatic.
Oh, Nico as well. Peeked out. He might get a tag, but it was going to be a frag. The Deagle damage will start to come through, but it's too little too late. Lekro lays them to rest as Fnatic get another round. 13 rounds snapped up into a good position as well. As you said, that economy building, booming out of control, so they can constantly get those buys.
Yeah, we need to see FaZe Clan find some consistency in the second half on their T side. $5,000 there for Golden, you know, $4,000 for 3 of the players extra here for Fnatic as well. So FaZe, if they win this round, Fnatic can still go for a buy. They might even have some money as well when you add in the round loss bonus to go for a second buy in a row as well. So FaZe Clan, they need to find some, you know, continuity here. Chain 2 or 3 rounds together, break the economy for Fnatic. But let's see, can they shake JW's AWP? But instead, just nice attack. Lekro as well, the 8 there. 1 frag found here, 5 versus 4.
Lekro hungry for more as well as he's going to double down as he gets 2 frags. Elevated angle for Crims as well, just waiting for him to dare to attempt to overpower him and take his bomb site. Lekro wants to add to the kills he's got in this round, but it'll actually be Crims that does the damage. Crims with another frag as well. They close it out. They grab that round. FaZe, they went for the high tempo play, just try and use aggression against them. It didn't work out. And this is where things start to slow down as well. Go for the pause. They know they're 1 round away from falling into a situation where it has to be overtime.
I mean, you can see the thought process behind the mid-rush as well. I mean, JW has played very aggressive towards quad many of these rounds with the AWP. You know that JW likes to play that dynamic, flamboyant style with the AWP as well, where he plays in close, goes for those fast flick shots, the adjustment shots as well. Sometimes overfacing, overstaying is welcome as well. If you smoke off Arch, which they didn't, rush up quad, definitely a chance to overwhelm JW, find the entry, trade the frag onto Lekro towards pit. Suddenly you could have had a, you know, a 4 versus 3 essentially. A site's yours, you win that round, you win the next one, you break their economy, suddenly it's a 13-13, you're back in this one. But instead, Lekro with the support towards Arch, mowed them down, trying to make their way up towards the mid portion of this map, and now they see themselves 2 points away from sending us onto cash with the 1 map lead. But JW, speaking of overfacing, gets his face ripped clean off. 5 versus 4 now, but are they going to get over aggressive here? Rain towards Banana.
Oh, that's not good as well. You had the Nico factor to start it off. Guardian's now grabbed himself the AWP that was on the ground, wiped the blood off it, and decided to wield it. And let's see what he can do with it into this one as this round continues on. 1 minute and 20 seconds left on the clock. It's going to be an all-out push towards the B site. A bombardment coming through as Rain takes down Golden. Flusher might be there, but has he got enough firepower on his lonesome to actually hold this back? Guardian with a slow peek as he edges round. The bomb is down. You wouldn't believe this was a round where FaZe only had CZs and Deagles at the start.
Crims will find one, but they're wary to go for this round. Karrigan up close and personal with the CZ towards Road. Will actually line up the headshot onto Crims. Nico finds himself a second. And the AWP is retrieved off of the corpse of Guardian. JW peeking towards middle. We've seen it every single time versus the Pistols. Obviously, in theory, you have the advantage, Jack, having the AWP to peek versus those Deagles, but JW's def there, the catalyst to start potential for the comeback now for FaZe as they get to 11. They find the first frag onto JW, you pick up the AWP, you expect Fnatic to basically panic and over-rotate towards the A site. They leave one player there, they swarm it, Golden, caught towards CT, the B bomb site is completely open, and you've given over an AWP to Guardian where he finds 2 kills. Dire situation there for Fnatic, but there's still the advantage, Jack. You know, 14 to 11 up, still a 3-round advantage here for Fnatic. But that money was expensive. That round cost them a lot. Their money now, I mean, $50 there for JW, $3,000 for Lekro, Jack. FaZe, I mean, look at this on paper, right? They win this round, they go 12 to 14. Force out a weak force buy from Fnatic, 13 to 14. Then an eco for Fnatic, 14 to 14. Could be the scoreline we eventually see here. Has FaZe Clan been given the lifeline they need to come back into this one?
Very possible. It's crazy as well that Crims has actually been the major X factor into this one. 31 frags to his name. Anytime they've tried to get in towards that A site, he's just brutally taken them down and been able to defend, especially with the T side entries he had as well. But this time Flusher wants a piece of the pie. As he peeks out, gets the first, somehow grabs the second as well. Nico and Olof down. That's a pretty good start for your first 2 picks.
Yeah, it's looking good here. Flusher denies a chance of a B contact play, finds the early 2 frags here, now sends FaZe into disarray. 5 versus 3. No map control towards the A-bomb site. As the boost comes in towards quad, look at JW as well with the speedway position. He's at a fast rotating position as he makes his way here towards the CT site. So, fast rotation for Fnatic from JW. 2 players still entrenched and stationed towards B here. FaZe Clan, someone on this roster has to go huge.
Guardian going with the slow entry. Golden should be the first man to go down, but Golden actually gets the frag. He might have just netted the round from as well. If they don't know a Flusher's location, that is what will be the difference maker. Guardian, by the time he realizes it's too little too late, JW with the strike in the back as well. Karrigan falls. Fnatic, they get themselves to match point, Snods. Round 27. This could be it. They're 1 round away from picking up their first map and setting themselves up to have the advantage in the best of 3. FaZe Clan. 11 rounds. They go for a tactical pause.
Yeah, and this is the thing right now for FaZe. How much money you can have left after these rounds? They've gone up there for Guardian. Karrigan can buy. But it's Nico right now who's the hottest player in the server here for FaZe. You drop the AK over to Nico, go for a contact play. We know that Nico, extremely versatile, can go for those lurk plays, can be the entry fragger, very good as well in the clutch situation. So are they going to try and let him loose towards Banana, maybe go for the concept play, challenge Flusher, go towards apartments, peek in towards the A site, maybe challenge Lekro or Crims? Instead though, AWP for Guardian, AK going to be kept by Karrigan, CZ there for Rain, and Mac 10 for Olofmeister. It seems like it's going to be fate now for Fnatic to get to 16. The lifeline was dished out when they had the 11th round, but Fnatic come back swinging. AWP for JW, not going to get overzealous this time as we can see. Crims as well in towards apartments. It's the first time we've really been seeing some resistance shown from Fnatic from, apartments.
Yeah, this is the first time it's actually been aggression there from Crims. He's been playing very defensively, so it might actually catch FaZe a bit off guard and confuse them into the round, but it's not really gone too well for them. Towards top banana as well, it's the burst style play. Flusher, he can get the smoke down to try and slow it down. Get as much time off the clock as possible. So when they do finally commit to it, they run into the unknown with not too much time. They're going to go for this little boost play as well. Get Golden up in the elevated angle.
Here it comes, then flash towards Paul. Golden with the elevated angle, as you said. We'll find one. Flusher as well, chunks in with the second. 5 versus 2, all down to Guardian range to try and make this one happen. He swaps out the AWP as well for a UMP and Rain. And Guardian, the cavalry arrives from FaZe towards the B-bomb site, and now a 2 versus 3. Molotov out towards Paul will deny the plant so far.
The Molotov trying to stop them. Guardian, though, caught off guard by Crims as he is the critical man into this round and into the entire game for Fnatic as well. He's been the deadly difference maker. Rain trapped quaking in his boots, trying to invite them to try and take the firefights, but they're just holding the line like a firing squad. As soon as he peaks, they'll find success. He can't plant, he can't do anything. He's trapped, and they're just going to swarm in and try and go for the knife. Crims, what a way to finish it as he butchers him down, rips Rain a new one, and they get the win. 16 to 11 there as the first map will go the way of Fnatic.
Well, 16-11, and that's including, Jack, a CT star on this matchup from FaZe. As we go into cash, Fnatic are going to be having the one map lead into this one, and let's have a think about their, recent form. The dropout 0-3 career low at Star Ladder coming into IEM Katowice. You can see they had vengeance. They had something to prove.
Yeah, they definitely have been looking on form there in terms of the ferocity. It worked quite well. But for FaZe, it just seemed like towards the end of that game, they couldn't quite get it down. It fell to bits, but we'll find out how it goes down on the second map when we come back after the break.
Intel Extreme Masters.